Welcome to Highly Uneducated. I'm here today with our gambling expert, Nick Stamoulis, and we're going to recap the disgusting performance by the Patriots against the 49ers. I mean, that was just awful. On both sides of the ball, they just look clueless.
First of all, I'm honored to be here. And it was not good for the Patriots. I mean, not the Patriot way.
No,
Just not used to it.
I can't even say we've seen this before because we just haven't seen a performance this bad on both sides of the ball. I'm talking about. I mean, we can talk about that Monday night game against Kansas City a few weeks ago, where they just played terrible on offense, but the defense looked competent. But here tonight, both sides of the ball look terrible. I mean, our highlight was Jacoby Myers having 4 receptions for 60 yards.
So when that fourth quarter came on, I don't know if you remember, but I think the final score was 42-3 in a game against Kansas City a few years ago.
Oh, God.
And Brady got benched in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And Cam got benched in the fourth quarter. That's what it kind of reminded me of.
Yeah, but the difference is during that game against Kansas City, I know exactly what you're talking about. When Garoppolo came in to replace Brady, he marched down the field and scored a touchdown. Tonight, Jared Stidham didn't do shit. He threw a pick. The Patriots threw 4 picks tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, Newton threw 3. I don't want to put 100% of the blame on him for the last one where he hit Edelman's hands and Edelman dropped it. Edelman is not looking – ever since he had that great game against Seattle week 2 it was, he hasn't done shit since. And it's sad, but his age is catching up to him. He can't get open like he used to.
I don't think it's that. I think we don't have any other weapons, like literally, because Harry was out early.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone. He's a big target. No tight ends, just Edelman. So defenders are like, all right, we just watch this guy. We shut down the Patriots offense. That easy.
Yeah. And the running game couldn't really get open. And I don't really want to blame Harris because Harris has proven that he's a competent running back for them. I mean, he had 10 carries for 58 yards, which on average is good. That's pretty good. 5.8 yards a carry.
I think he's fine. Maybe get him more involved.
Yeah. Oh, so we only ran the ball 14 times with our backs today. Damian Harris had 10 carries. Burkhead had 4. But then they didn't get – where was James White today? James White had 1 reception for like 2 yards in the first quarter, and then we haven't seen him since. Maybe he's injured because he was missing practice a few times this week. But, I mean –
if he's catching the ball, that means the offense is looking well because he's explosive out of the backfield when he catches the ball.
They need to get him involved, and I just feel like I don't know what I feel like they've gone completely away from what they were doing in the first 3 weeks. Cam Newton's not running the ball anymore. Why he doesn't look great throwing. He's missed open receivers constantly. I can just think of it in the first quarter. You had Demir Bird on a comeback route, threw it in the dirt, kind of just that was awful. And I was like, all right, whatever, bad throw, shake it off. But then he threw a really bad pick to when he was targeting Jacoby Myers, and Fred Warner picked it off. Basically, he looked like he was trying to throw it away, but threw it to the feet of the linebacker. I don't know. That was bad. And
I don't know, yeah.
All right, the offense was terrible. They didn't even score a touchdown. They put up 6 points. But the defense looked clueless out there, too. The 49ers looked like they could do whatever the hell they wanted.
Jimmy G, back in his old home, he wanted to win this game.
Yes. You could tell from the beginning he was ready. He wanted this. He didn't play great for a quarterback. He didn't throw a touchdown. He threw 2 picks. Yeah. One of them was a Hail Mary at the end of the half. But Wilson,
oh my God,
out. He got hurt. I felt bad for him.
Couldn't stop him.
Yeah, he was getting 5 yards a carry, like 8 yards, 9 yards. And then Juszczyk was coming in getting 5 yards. Deebo Samuel, who got hurt, maybe it was precautionary, just take him out. He came in, had a few rushes as well. McKinnon didn't do shit. He had -1 yards. But Hasty, too, this undrafted guy, had a good game, too. 57 yards on 9 carries. I mean, I don't know how much to credit if it's just the Patriots being so bad or the 49ers actually this good. Because they proved it last week, too. They beat a really good Rams team.
They're very inconsistent. So, I mean, They show up or they don't.
I
And the
agree.
passes just need to show up in general.
I know. And Brandon Ayuk had 6 receptions for 115 yards.
He's
Debo
a
Samuel had,
very
yeah,
skilled rookie.
Debo Samuel 5 receptions, 65 yards. Kittle 555. I mean,
I mean,
Check had a 20-yard catch. So all these guys just coming in and making plays for the 49ers, making it easy. Because once you can run the ball and establish it on the ground, your passing game and play action opens up completely. And that's what the 49ers do. If they can dominate in the box, then they will just expose you with the play action.
yeah. I mean, Kittle didn't do that much. I mean, he's like top 2 tight end. We didn't get killed by him that much.
No, we didn't. I agree with that. But he
Thank
made a
God.
few third down catches, but still, I don't know. I feel like Stephon Gilmore didn't have his best game. I feel like our
I feel like this whole year's been tough for him.
yeah,
He's not played well the whole year.
no, not at all. And I mean, you see it with
I
our
mean,
strength of the defense is the secondary, and they got torched today.
do we look into trading Stephon Gilmore?
I've heard a lot of rumors around him to the Bears.
I mean, we have a young, talented secondary. Gilmore is obviously elite. He has a big contract, but we need some offensive firepower.
I agree. I feel like so a lot of rumors. So I don't know if we were to trade Gilmore as a Patriots fan, I would want to get draft picks maybe, or get solid receivers. Like the Bears were looking to get Gilmore to help their secondary out. I feel like if we could somehow manage to get Allen Robinson out of them, that'd be huge. I don't think that's realistic. I feel like that's more of a Madden trade.
Allen Robinson, yeah.
But maybe even trade him to like the Cowboys or something for draft picks. Because there's no like I want to say, oh, trade him to a shit team. Oh wow, DeAndre Hopkins just scored a big touchdown. But I don't know. It's just like we're right there, I feel like 2 of our losses were winnable.
So what do we do the rest of the season then?
Yeah. It's just like I don't want to say rebuild.
Not the Patriot way at all.
No, I can't see Belichick doing that.
He would never. But like, is that an option at this point? We're 2-4.
But our division's also not that great either.
We're shaky.
Like, the Bills barely beat the Jets today. They didn't score a touchdown on offense.
Bills are 5-2, but it's an ugly 5-2. They started off very hot.
Yeah, they started off very hot. They haven't played well in the past few weeks. The Dolphins, dude, I feel like the Dolphins are more of a threat to win the division than the Bills, especially if Tua can come in and play to his potential. They're a scary team.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the I don't understand. The entire NFC West is gonna finish 500 or above, and then you got the NFC East, who no one's gonna finish above 500.
No.
Someone's gonna get a home playoff game out of that, and I don't want to say that's unfair because it's the division.
With maybe 4 wins, that's it.
Yeah, it's likely that could happen. I mean, the worst team in the NFC West is probably the Rams, and they're 4-3. And they play tomorrow night against the Bears, who are also a good team. So, and the Cardinals and the Seahawks play tonight. If the Cardinals win, they move. It's just like one of those things. Like every single one of these teams is capable of winning the division. So the 49ers coming into Foxborough and beating the Patriots like this is a very good win for them.
Yeah. I still don't think the 49ers have what it takes this year at all. They're just way too shaky, inconsistent.
And they're deep. A lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Nick Bosa out for the year. Quan Alexander is hurt. So
Buckeye, baby.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Nick goes to Ohio State. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. The Patriots next week is the test. If they can't beat the Bills, then I think they should try to make some moves because the season will be over at that point. 5 losses. They probably would have to win out, and they have to face Baltimore the next week. Or no, they face the Jets the next week, and then Baltimore. So it's like, what are they going to do? How are they – if they can run the ball like they did against Kansas City but against Buffalo, I think that puts them in a great spot to win.
I think the result against Buffalo is going to tell us, like, the future of the rest of our year, how it's going to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Beat Buffalo, we have a shot at the division. If we don't beat Buffalo, We might have to tank.
Yeah, I know. I agree. And the trade deadline. So I don't know how the trade deadline works for the NFL. I don't know if it's after week 8 or if it's before, but I think it's after. So if they lose, I think they might try to make some moves, especially around their stars, to kind of get some younger assets in, get a draft pick, maybe the first round, and then see where it goes. And this game, I think, really tells the story of Cam Newton's going to be the starter going forward. If he puts up another dud like he did today, I mean, his stats today were disgusting. He went 9 of 15 for 98 yards and
Not even
3
passing
interceptions.
yards.
Yeah, I don't know. So
And
if
he's not even the ball either. He has 20 rushing yards. Like, he's got to be more explosive than that.
yeah, and if Newton puts up like a Seattle type game against Buffalo next week, or like a game like he did against the Raiders or the Dolphins, where he's running the ball well, he's throwing the ball well, then he'll be the starter for the rest of the year. But if he can't, there's probably going to be quarterback controversy in New England. And I don't want to say Jarrett Stidham's a starter either, because that guy sucks. I mean, I don't think he's played in a game where he hasn't thrown a pick,
Yeah.
which is not starter material. And Brian Hoyer's is terrible too. I'm surprised they haven't cut him yet. But I don't know. Maybe they need to look to trade for a quarterback. You know what I mean? Maybe bring in Fitzpatrick. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, this could be an overreaction on our part saying to tank and rebuild, but the performance today was really ugly, and I hope they figure it out next week against a really talented Bills team.
We don't even need to rebuild. Just tank this year,
Reload.
reload for next. I mean, this is could be a quick turnaround.
I agree. I
Like,
think once we get Hightower back, that's going to help the defense a
we're
lot.
not in that bad of a place right now. Yeah.
No, I mean, our losses have been close, like I said before. Like, or not this game. This game was a blowout, but Kansas City, we could hypothetically say if Cam Newton was there, he would have made a few plays. And that, I don't know, I feel like that COVID stretch when shit kind of went downhill
Killed
really
us.
hurt the momentum of the team, because they were 2-1, could have been 3-0 if we scored a last-second touchdown against
We would
Seattle
have won last week too, because it was very close last week. We sucked last week.
without any playoffs. Yeah,
But
I mean, playoffs,
no
any
practice. You can't win. You can't win with no practice.
Yeah, no matter who you
Bill
face.
can't work his magic.
Yeah, exactly. And he almost did. You know what I mean? With no practice, we still almost won that game. And I was like, going into this week, I was a little nervous, but I was like, all right, they practice this week, they'll figure it out. But
I thought so too.
they didn't have it go. Not for 1 second that entire game did I think that they had the momentum or anything. So it will be interesting. Are the Patriots home next week? Doesn't really matter because I don't think Buffalo has fans either. But traveling could hurt. Let's see. They are at Buffalo. So at Buffalo at 1 o'clock next Sunday. So barring COVID or whatever, Cam's still going to be the starter. We'll see. I feel like this is obviously because it's the next game, but this is the most important game of the year for the Patriots.
100%. Decides the future of the year.
Yeah. All right. And that'll do it for our reactions and thoughts for the 49ers Patriots game. Nick, thanks for having on. I'm glad to have you on the Highly Uneducated Sports team.
Of course. Honored. So honored.
All right. All right. We'll see you soon for the gambling predictions.
All right.
All right. See you, buddy.
See ya.